ADHD Entrepreneur Podcast. Join me, your host, Laurence Pratt, on a wild ride into the world of online business. I've traded a comfortable day job for a 12-month challenge of trying to create financial freedom and passive income from print on demand, self-publishing, affiliate marketing, online courses and consulting, whilst at the same time learning how to cope with a new diagnosis of ADHD. Each week, I will be exploring the highs and lows amidst a sea of distractions and unfinished business, as well as talking to and gaining insights from other ADHD entrepreneurs. So please subscribe to the ADHD Entrepreneur wherever you listen to or watch your podcasts. Now enjoy the show. Well, I've had an absolute nightmare. It's happening again. Let's try and get into somewhere where there is no wind. So, okay. Welcome back, guys. I've just had an absolute nightmare. I am here once again at Wormwood Scrubs. I've recorded one episode, and I just listened to it back. Well, no, just the beginning bit. And it's so windy up here that the sound quality was rubbish. It's because I've forgotten my little microphone wig, which is supposed to keep the sound of wind off. Anyway, so I was really happy with the way it went, because I haven't planned what I was going to say. I just waffled off the cuff. Well, I thought it went all right, but there you go. Anyway, so I've decided to come to the non-windy corner of Scrubs and do it all again. So the reason that we are here at Wormwood Scrubs is because we needed to get out. And by we, I mean Coconut. You can see he's a muddy boy. Yes, we needed to get out of the house. We haven't been on a big muddy walk for a long time. And I guess over the last couple of weeks, I don't feel like I have got as much exercise as I would like or should be doing to keep on top of, the ADHD and dopamine levels. And I think the one thing that's been on my mind as I sort of think about how I'm getting on is sort of understanding hyperfixations. As I learnt a new word, haven't I? And just sort of analysing myself through the lens of when I hyperfixate on stuff and what that means for the stuff that I'm trying to achieve. And when it comes to sort of exercise, I did have a bit of a hyperfixation with, as I mentioned before, I was going to the gym and I was having sessions booked in with the PT, personal trainer. But I'm not a big fan of being in the gym necessarily, so I only got a limited amount of patience or enthusiasm for going into the gym. So I'm much more of a person who likes to play competitive sports, and ideally doing competitive sports on the same day each week with a commitment. If you're playing with a team, a bunch of people or someone, then you're you're bound to commitment, aren't you? So there's nowhere to hide really, or to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to give up. You know what I mean? You can't chicken out. I'll start walking back in this direction before I get any more wind. I've not got wind. It's just windy. So, yes, as I was saying, I went through this little hyperfixation of trying out all the different exercise classes at the leisure centre. I hadn't really understood that I could do that. So yeah, I did have a couple of weeks period where I hyperfixated on my little routine of going, I think about 2 or 3 times a week to the exercises classes during the day. I went to body combat, I went to body conditioning, and I went to HIIT. It's not the sort of classes that I have had much experience of going to in the past. I'm not very coordinated in a choreographed way. I knew that before. I don't think I'd be very good in a boy band. But anyway, yeah, I found it very difficult to do what the instructor was saying to the music. I mean, I love dancing, but it's very much a vibe thing on the dance floor for me. Yeah, there was one, I went to body combat and I explained to the instructor, I said, I have not done this before, so please tell me what I need to do. I need to get any equipment out or anything like that. I thought that the body combat would be boxing things, but it wasn't. I had seen people in the leisure centre doing that before, and I thought, that's what body combat is, surely. It wasn't. It was pretending to beat people up to music. Fictional, pretending to beat up shadows to music. She was a very aggressive woman, but lovely. And anyway, there wasn't many people there when I turned up, and so there was no avoidance of being at the front because there was only one row of people. And then everybody started turning up as the class started, or just after. So then they came in behind. So I was at the front then, properly, with people behind, seeing how pathetic my trying to do the moves in to the music. I think there's one thing for sure, is that I don't think I'm ever going to be able to kick anybody in the head. Well, unless they're my waist height. Yeah. So anyway, I'm noticing hyperfixations a lot recently, and exercise was one of them. I don't know how it stopped really, but I think I sort of missed one because I had something else planned, and in the end I was sort of, once you've cancelled one thing, it's easier to then cancel other stuff, isn't it? So yeah, and then hyperfixating on sort of different projects. I have moved on to trying to promote my freelance services. So that's essentially doing the user research and design thinking workshops, which is what I used to do in my day job. And I've been focusing on preparing my website and a content schedule for that. And I found that whilst I've been focused on that, I've not really been able to, the other projects have gone by the wayside. I have, as I've explained before, I have got somebody helping me with the Etsy listings, optimizing the listings. But even she's sent me an email last week saying, hey, when are you going to design some new products? We need some more stuff. And I realized then that the sort of, when I'm focused on one, a new project, my ability to sort of jump onto other things, the enthusiasm for that really dwindles. So I think that's another realization that I'm arriving at, is that because there were so many different things that I wanted to do, so many different interests and skill sets I wanted to rekindle, is I just thought that the perfect scenario for me would be to have all these different projects, these plates spinning, and I could just wake up of a morning and decide, today I'm going to do this. But if I think about it through a hyperfixation lens, then that hyperfixation can last for a week or two, whatever. And the reality of me being able to just quickly jump on to doing a design for, I don't know, a hoodie or something, it's not there. It's quite hard to do that. So that has kind of been playing on my mind in terms of what is the most important thing to me at the moment. Not at the moment, but in the long run. And I think when it comes to the potential for earning money and income, I'm far more confident that I'll be able to earn the money to live on if I make sure that people are aware that I'm available to hire for what I've got work experience in. So that's another thing that I've noticed as well, is that if you've got an anxiety about obviously earning money, that can be a cause of you sort of find it very easy to switch or get distracted by other projects and not see things through to conclusion, when maybe I have an anxiety about, is this really worth it? Is this going to actually earn me any money? Is there something more important I should be doing? I find it's very easy to get distracted if the task that I'm doing doesn't feel as important enough or as worthwhile enough. So that's why I'm beginning to think that, having all these different plates spinning at once is really sort of sending me a bit doolally, and that I should just focus on the most important project at this moment in time, which obviously is completely logical, and everybody will be shouting at me right now saying, of course, how did you not know that was going to happen? But I feel like I had to give it a go in the way that I felt I wanted to. Maybe it was the wrong thing to do the sort of less important projects first. But yeah, so I have got on really well so far with this. I've built a new website, designthinkingcoach.co.uk, because I will be talking a lot about design thinking and user research. I will be doing that on LinkedIn as well. And I found I've been making slide deck presentations for explaining the different methodologies that I will use with clients. And I've been using a new tool called typeset.com. That was another thing that I ended up getting inadvertently through a subscription to something else I bought. But yeah, that's a really cool tool. And yeah, I found that for me, I think I've created a content schedule for creating stuff, and I think that by creating the assets through a slide deck and then recording that over the presentation as a video, using Descript, the app for editing podcasts and videos and stuff, that also helps you then generate other external stuff like blog summaries and descriptions and social media posts and stuff. So I feel like I've found potentially a good system for generating the various. Sorry, I just stepped in a deeper puddle than I had hoped that would be. So quite excited about that. Leap. Yeah. This is now where I can't remember what I've said in the first take. So anyway, I am gonna stop there, I think. This morning, hang on, just before I do. This morning I was recording a video for my freelance services, the design thinking website. So I suppose other things that I've done is I've set up a YouTube channel for that, and I've set up a podcast for that. So that's all designed to sell those services. I can't remember whether I said this in this take or not, but the content I'm creating I will put together into a book that was sort of published on KDP. That will be just purely a lead magnet for people that want to use my services, and then also turn that into an online course. So yes, whilst I was saying that obviously I wanted to create a business and not a job necessarily, that is for me the way in which I will attempt to generate some passive income from that, is through an online course. I'll put links to the new website and YouTube channel and Instagram for that. And if you're interested in that sort of thing, you can have a little look over there. But anyway, do get in touch if there's anything you want to share with me. Again, apologies if this was a bit waffly and rambly, but this is the second take that I've done, and I'm a bit confused now. Anyway, all right. Take care. Look after yourselves. All right. See you next time.